For this installation, you'll need to remove literally everything from the canopy, including splash guard, reflector, fans, ballast, power cords, everything. It's going to need to be a completely bare, empty canopy before you begin your work. Using a pair of pliers, carefully remove the lower wall surrounding the two air vents on the top of the canopy. Note that you'll hear plastic cracking, but this is totally normal, and the plastic piece will be removed later during the installation. If available, use a Dremel tool with a diamond wheel cutting blade and remove the other three walls surrounding the two air vents on the top of the canopy. If you don't have the Dremel tool, you can also use the previous method using pliers to remove the remaining three walls. Regardless of which method you use, be sure to get as close to the bottom of the canopy as possible and be as smooth as possible. This keeps wires from the ballast later on from becoming hung up on plastic bits in the canopy and preventing any sort of damage to the wiring. Note these four standoffs. Do not remove them. Using a Dremel tool, wire cutters, or pliers, remove all other small standoffs as they can prevent the wiring from being routed properly through the canopy. You also want to make sure that you do not cut the four small standoffs surrounding each circular pattern in the canopy. These are where your fans need to be mounted, and if you cut these, you will lose mounting points for your fans. This time, take note that the standoffs around the fans as well as the four above for the mounting points are still in place. Using a pair of needle nose pliers or a similar tool, remove all hot glue that is surrounding the stock power switches at the back of the canopy. The two switches on the right will be removed and replaced with new switches. Using the same needle nose pliers or another set of pliers, carefully remove the two power switches on the right hand side so they can be replaced with the new power switches. At this point, install the two new rocker switches included in your parts kit into the same positions where the stock power switches were originally removed from. Mount the heat shield subassembly to the four mounting points and make sure all wires are flat and the power wires from the ballast come out of the back. Install the left fan, label up, blowing in, and install the right fan, label down, blowing out. Screw fans in place using the original four mounting screws for each fan. Please note in this portion we are using one of our power cords as opposed to the Aquapod power cords, which you will be using for your installation. Using a tape measure, measure out approximately 6 to 8 inches. Then using a pair of scissors, carefully slice through the outer shielding of the power cord and remove the shielding. Be careful with the scissors not to cut into any of the individual wires inside. Note the two holes on the right, they will need to be expanded slightly. Using a Dremel tool or a file, expand the holes just slightly enough to fit in the strain release that will hold the power cords in place. holes will be expanded just slightly in the same oval shape they were before. Nothing needs to be done to the third oval hole on the far left. Slide one of the included strain reliefs over the end of the power cord just over the black plastic shielding. Using a pair of pliers, squeeze into place and insert through the back of one of the larger two strain relief openings on the back of the canopy. Once you have one power cord in place, repeat the exact same process for the second power cord.